So, last time I had talked about I'm making the wrong thing. I talked about the pawns, and today we are not doing anything with pawns. In fact, we are going on a little bit of an adventure. Let me just make sure I have everything. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, so why are we going on an adventure is because a thing got added into the game with this update. So this was a while ago. Which included me forgetting that there was a massive hole there. But it also included a new material, a new rock. So we're going to go ahead and try and get that. But another thing as well is I just felt like going on this adventure. It's been a little while. So yeah. And plus anyway, this is apparently a thing that will only show up in like newer parts of the world, I guess. So yeah. Will give us a little bit of time to get away from Chess Island. And I do mean only a little bit because I have to do something right after recording this. So on one hand, I hope it doesn't take too long, but on the other, hopefully it'll be something that we can do very quickly. Yeah. I gotta go meet up with someone because I am buying a jacket off of them. So, because of that, we've already scheduled a time. I don't need a boat on that. What the fuck? That is odd. Okay. Well, we aren't that far from the brook, so maybe I've been here before, and for some reason left zombies here. Is that a thing that can happen? I don't know. Okay. Yeah, so I had something I was going to talk about, because I wasn't going to talk about last time. So, what did I do? So it had been last weekend, because I got quite the story with that. So, last weekend I was walking, or last week I was walking, and co-worker asked about needing some help with moving some stuff. He'd asked, like all of us, and I decided, you know what, I can help. How much are you going to pay? You know, I told them, like, hey, yeah, if you want to pay me with lunch, that's fine. Just, am I going to be paid for doing this in any way? Well, oh, that's, whoops. I guess it would probably help if I put that on. Anyway, so he says, yeah, I can pay you, but it'll be the day of. Okay, sure, yeah. So anyway, we're going to meet up on Saturday. I'm going to go over to his place and help him move some stuff. And initially we agreed that it would be about 10:30, 11. Oh, okay, hold up. It's a bigger cave. Oh, look. Nothing. That's awesome. I get there at about 11. Wow, there are so many of you guys here. Yeah, so I get there at about 11, and there's like no one else really there except for him. So I ask him, hey, where is everyone else? I assumed you were going to get a couple more people. And he's like, yeah. Ah, shit. He says, yeah, there's other people coming as well. They'll just be later. And what that actually meant was one person. Because he didn't tell me this, but one of the other people who was going to be helping us was one of his roommates, who was already there, but he was just busy doing his own thing. Oh my god, man. How the fuck do you survive? Oh my god. We're here kind of waiting on someone because okay. I've left out some details. So this guy's like living situation, pretty fucking nice. He shares it with a couple of people, but his house is pretty fucking nice. Okay? Like, kitchen looks pretty good. Looks pretty modern. The living room, good amount of space. So it makes sense why you would have what I think was either 3 or 4 people renting this place. So this isn't a small place. But the interesting thing about it is that Corey's room. Oh my god. What the? Shit is suddenly difficult. You know what? I think this is a safe spot to be in right now. You don't have to worry about getting attacked by anything because we're surrounded by water. And in the morning, which will be in about probably a minute or two, all these fuckers are going to burn up. And then I can cross over there. I can swim across the water and get over to that. Yeah, okay, so this guy, to give you an idea, this is what I was about to say, because this is going to be very important later on. This guy's room had double doors. So, when I get there, I'm wondering where everyone else is, and it's kind of decided we're going to wait until one other person shows up before we really start doing anything. But in the meantime, Corey still had to pack up some stuff. This wasn't a case where there was nothing that was packed up. There were plenty of boxes. And initially we moved like 3 or 4, however many. We moved a couple into the back of his car. That way they could go to the storage unit. So anyway, as this is going on, because we did that and then we didn't have a full load yet, so we weren't going to just waste the time to go over to the unit and then come back. So he continued packing up some stuff that was still on this one shelf. Because he wasn't moving out, he was just trying to move a bunch of furniture out. Because, I don't know, if I had to guess, he was probably going to sell the shelf. But the other thing that we need to get out of there was a fucking piano. This part I hadn't been told. I was just told that it was going to be a bunch of stuff, but knowing that there was going to be at least a couple other people, it made this not seem like it would be the worst thing in the world. Unfortunately, it wasn't. So, you may now be thinking, okay, well, something has to happen where you threw out your back or you like injured your arms or something. Funny enough, nothing like that happened to me. So that was good. But everything else was really what made this day kind of a pain in the ass. Because it was a mixture of shit moving super slow, having to wait on this one person that I haven't even talked about yet, and not really. It was a lot of time being wasted. It was some decisions that didn't make sense. A couple of moments that just were fucking awkward as hell. And most of these can be attributed to Corey's brother. By the way, none of these people are even aware of this like channel, so I don't care about not talking about them, or not like saying their names, because they don't watch this. But yeah, his brother is the person that we are waiting on. And there was, at one point there was a phone call, and all I heard obviously was just Corey's side of it. And like afterwards, you could kind of just see in the way that he was composing himself that he was growing annoyed with his brother. Because I had been there since 11. Again, we were supposed to meet up around either like 10 to 11. So I got there, and then his brother didn't get there until 12:30. By which point we had now gotten 6 boxes into that car. We'll take a moment, once he gets there, we take a moment to figure out what to do next. And at this moment, we don't have a way of moving the piano, because we need to also pick up a trailer for that. And that hadn't been done yet. We decide that since the car is filled up, we'll go over to the storage place. That way we can then get the trailer to then move stuff to the storage place. Why did I make sticks? For some really bizarre reason, though, the brother ends up coming along with us. And on the surface, that seems like, oh, that's kind of normal. Well, here's the issue. When we got to the storage place, he stayed in the car. So, for some reason, even though we had, what did I say, like 6 boxes? Yeah, we had 6 boxes of stuff to move. It now became like me and Corey moving the 6 boxes while his brother did nothing. Probably wants to say that his name was Jim, though. So, you know what? I'm going to start calling him Jim. Corey, me, and Jim. What is that? Those look totally different. Okay, well now there's ice. Alright. Yeah, these are completely different. Huh. It's very Christmassy. Oh, look at that. And part of what also didn't help the whole thing was that for some reason they didn't have the radio on, because they were going to talk, but then they only spoke for probably a minute. A lot of holes around here. How much time do I have? Okay, fuck. I got about an hour before I have to go. That way I can get that jacket. And honestly, I might even go a little bit earlier. Because that was another thing. Actually, I'm getting ahead of myself. All I was going to say is I'm hungry. This kid, though, Jim, I haven't described these people. So, the roommate who is about to enter the story, when I got there, he was busy, like, vacuuming and mopping. And I could tell that he had just mopped the kitchen because when I walked past it, all you could smell was the, like, cleaning chemical. Yeah, they were busy doing that, and even after they helped Corey, they went back to cleaning some stuff as well. Because when we finally dealt with the piano, they were in the process of vacuuming the living room. When we had finished with the piano, they were now vacuuming the hallway because the piano annoyingly had like dumped a lot of dust out as we were moving it. Before I get to the piano, though, I gotta talk about I gotta describe some of the people. So the roommate is probably about the same as me. Like, about as strong, about as tall. Sinkins? You know what, let's check this out. Let's check this out and figure out what... There's gonna be nothing down here. Oh, what a surprise. There is nothing down here. So the roommate is about as strong as me, about as tall, all that. Corey is a bit taller than me, and probably has like another 10 to 20 pounds of muscle. Probably 10 to 15. The brother, he is a good 4 inches shorter than me, and has 20 pounds on me. Now let's just say that his job wouldn't be moving boxes all day. Put it that way. Keeping that in mind, when we get back to the house, and we now have the trailer, we are now going to put the piano onto the back of the trailer. But first, we kind of have to prepare the piano a bit. That way, we can move it without damaging anything, without damaging the piano, without messing up any of the walls. We're putting stuff around it, that way, you know, if the corner of the piano goes in the wall, it's not going to leave a mark on it. Or hopefully it won't leave a dent either. The one person that wasn't helping us with this was the brother. Go figure. But it gets even better, as I really start to wonder where the fuck a cave is. Why are all these caves so damn shallow? First, what ends up happening is, since the piano had some stuff that was on top of it, Corey spends a little bit of time trying to move that stuff and find places to put it, like boxes to put it into, because there were a couple of boxes, but they weren't sealed up. So, oh, hey, that looks like a big cave that maybe goes somewhere. Alright, good. Oh, okay, no, hold on. Okay, I'll start from the beginning with the story. So the piano, it needs to be prepared from moving because we don't want it to bump into shit and break things or leave a mark on the wall or anything like that. So we gotta like clear it off and then pull it back and then put stuff around it like towels, pillows, anything like that. So with this comes some stuff that was on top of the piano that now Corey is trying to figure out a way to put away. And he spends a little bit of time trying to do this because he doesn't want to just forget about these things and be like, oh, where did I put that picture of I don't know, my trip to whatever the fuck. So that takes a couple minutes. After that, we then start putting the stuff around the piano so that it can be moved through the house without like scraping up a wall or anything like that. And fortunately, it does have wheels on the bottom of it, so it can move. We just want to be careful about getting through tight spaces, because even though his bedroom door, there were two of them, so it would fit through that no problem, there was then a decently tight hallway that unless we moved a lot of stuff, and even then it was going to be still a little difficult, we were really going to be having to thread the needle a bit with that. One person who is missing from this is the brother. Because the brother just sits there and doesn't do anything. And I kind of look over in his direction a couple of times, kind of wondering, like, you see we're doing stuff, right? And he doesn't notice. So as we're about to finish wrapping up this piano, he then says, hey, I'll be back. Because he goes to the bathroom. So initially, we're like, alright, we'll take a minute to wait, because he's just going to go and take a piss. No, not at all. Because then 2 minutes pass, 3 minutes pass, and that's when we realize, okay, we could have this done by now. So we just go ahead and move this thing. We really should have just removed everything in that hallway, and we just did at one point. We rearranged the hallway, and we get this thing onto the trailer. At that point, that is when the brother shows up again, and he's like, oh, you already did it. Yes, we did. Oh, okay. So this time though, the roommate stays back because they're going to like finish cleaning the hallway, and I think they also wanted to do a little bit of dusting. But of course, there's also the mess that the piano had left in that hallway with all the dust that was left behind. So it makes a lot of sense. That is a big hole. The brother stays because he just does. So on this trip though, on this car ride, and by the way, the reason why we didn't need everyone is because the unit luckily wasn't on like another floor. It was actually on the ground floor, so we could just roll the thing in ourselves. Really, we need the help really because there was like front stairs with steps. But it's during this car ride that I asked about the money. I asked about payment, and he says, "Oh yeah, I'll have the money for you." I don't think much of it. I was just wanting to confirm to make sure that I was going to get paid after this. And okay, this is confusing because I can hear water. Is there water over here? Yeah, there is. Oh, Oh, okay. Looks like I have found a very good spot. So now we get back, and we only have to do one more trip for the day. That's all we decide, because now it is about what, like 4 o'clock. Like I said, there was a lot of fucking time that just kept being wasted. We get back to the house, and now our target is going to be the shelf. That's at least what I'm assuming, because we had talked about it in the car, and that was the other big object that needed to be moved out of his room. So, I, however, decided to take a break. And at this point, the roommate had finished up with what he was doing at this point with the piano, with the hallway. I think they had mentioned something about wanting to also clean one other room, but whatever it was, doesn't matter for this. So they're taking a moment to have a break from doing the cleaning. I'm having a moment to just like take a break in general. And as this is going on, I guess some conversation happened between Corey and his brother. Because when I then go back to Corey's room to like figure out, okay, what are we doing now? This is when Corey says, "Oh, actually, I gotta go grab something to eat real quick." And I think, okay, weird. And then I figure out that it's because this whole time he was talking to his brother about some stuff. So this is where things get kind of funny to me, because then, as I'm sitting there for a little bit, now waiting on Corey, I then look at his brother, who is across the room, as he decides to go and pick up this TV that is on top of a dresser. It's not a particularly light TV. It looks... I can see how much it weighs just by looking at it. And in my head, I start thinking, do I help this guy? Because like he is probably going to injure himself, or do I just let him continue doing whatever the fuck he's doing? And I decide I'm not going to get involved. And it's because what ends up happening next, I'm glad didn't end up happening to me. Because what he does is he picks this TV up, and initially it's like, okay, he's clearly like struggling a little bit because it's a heavy fucking TV. But then a little while later, like 10-15 seconds into him carrying this thing and not knowing where the hell to actually take it, because he's just kind of holding it while balancing and kind of rotating around like one step at a time to turn around to, I guess, leave the room with it. And again, I'm just watching this, and then he starts like grunting, like "Urgh! Urgh!" because of how fucking heavy this TV is, as he's very, very slowly moving through the room. Okay, how do I get out of here? Oh, this way. Okay. Yeah, so, I guess the cave was okay, but didn't have anything that we were looking for. So I got some, redstone, so... Yeah, so he's grunting, making all these noises, moving this TV. At no point, by the way, asked to have my help either, even though I'm there. It wasn't like he said, "Hey, can you help me move this TV?" and then we moved the TV. No, he was just doing this all on his own. And it's like, ah, ah, ah. And at this point, the brother comes back into the room and is like, "What the fuck are you doing? What are you doing?" He's like, "Help me put this down. Help me put this down." And the TV, it slipped out of his hands and hit the floor. It didn't get damaged. It wasn't like it fell a really long distance. But it still hit the floor from what looked like less than an inch from Corey's foot. So just picture the fucking corner of this heavy ass TV, this like brick of lead. When it comes down to it, landing on his foot. You see, that's why I didn't get involved, because I didn't know what the hell this guy's plan was with this fucking TV. Because I would have been shit out of luck if that landed on my foot. So, if I had to guess, I'm guessing Corey took his brother aside and was like, "Hey, you need to actually be doing something. I didn't invite you over just to do nothing. Okay?" Because another thing that I need to mention is that this guy is also, the brother is also younger than me. And why I know this is because one of the things that was mentioned in the car ride initially was something about him now just getting into university. And I don't think it was a case of him taking a few years before getting in. No, he just finished up high school. And yes, I know that semester, the fall semester would have started before. And I think, yeah, no, he is in university, yeah. But, still starting it kind of, because now he's in his second semester.